Today we'd like to look at change of subject. Now what is change of subject? It basically means that to make a variable stand on one side of the equation. An example is if I have v equal to u plus 80. Here I can say that v is the subject of this relation. And then also, we can also make u the subject. How can we make u the subject? We can make it stand on one side of the equation. So the 80 can cross this equal to sign and then come here. So we can have that v minus 80 equal to u. In this case, we have made u stand on one side of the equation. It can be on the left-hand side or it can also be on the right-hand side. But normally we do write it on the left-hand side. Let's consider the following examples for better understanding. Now the first one we want to consider is an equation in a linear form. Now equation is said to be in a linear form when it can be expressed in the form y equal to mx plus c. Clearly, let's look at the first one. So it says that example, make the variable shown in the brackets the subject of the formula in each case. So the first one, we are supposed to make x the subject. Now what is the first one? We have x plus m equal to t. And we want to make x the subject. What does it mean? Let the x stand on its own. So I'll let the m cross the equal to sign. This is positive. When it crosses, it becomes what? Negative. So I have my x to be equal to t minus m. And I have made the x stand on its own. That's very easy. Let's see the second one. It says that t equal to 8d plus 1. And in this case, I want to make the d the subject. I want the d to stand on its own. What should I do? I can bring this 1 to cross to the left-hand side. So clearly I have t minus 1 equal to 8d. I want to find d. What is multiplying the d? 8. So I have to divide both sides, but what is multiplying the d? So I have t minus 1 over 8 equal to 8d all over 8. Now this is cancelling out that. So d is t minus 1 all over 8. You can decide to leave it on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side. Now, or let's see, what about if I take the t here, then I bring the 8d on the left-hand side. So I have t equal to 8d plus 1. Now I can decide to let this one come here, then let the t also go that way. So we have negative 8d equal to 1 minus t. I want to find d. What is multiplying the d? Negative 8. So we have negative 8d all over negative 8, 1 minus t all over negative 8. This is cancelling out that. So I add my d to be 1 minus t all over negative 8. Now this is the same as that. You know that when we have negative a over b is the same as a over negative b. So this negative, I can let it go up to go and multiply. Now when it goes up and multiply, I'll get negative 1 plus t all over 8. And it can be rearranged as t minus 1 all over 8. I believe you're okay. Now let's see the next question. That is question number 3. Now the question number 3 is ax equal to px plus c. We want to make x the subject. Now in this case, there's x here, there's also x over there. So what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to group like terms. So we have ax minus px equal to c. Why is it negative? Positive crossing becoming what? Negative. Now we can see ax. X is common. What do? We factorize x out. So we have x, a minus p equal to c. Now we want to find x. We want to make x the subject. What is multiplying the x? A minus p. So we divide both sides by the a minus p. Clearly, a minus p is cancelled out a minus p. So all over a minus p. Whatever you do to the left-hand side, you should do the same thing to the right-hand side. So you have our x to be c over a minus p. So you've made x the subject. Now let's see the fourth question. We have 2 d minus t equal to 4t plus 7. And we want to make t the subject. We want to make t the subject. You can see there's t here, there's also t over there. So first, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to expand. So we have to use the distributive property. So 2 times d, that is 2d. 2 times t, that is 2t, equal to 4t plus 7. Now there's t here, there's t over there. This negative is better and move it this side so that it becomes positive. And then bring the 7 rather to this side. So I have 2d minus 7 equal to 4t plus 2t. Negative crossing becoming positive. Positive crossing becoming what? Negative. So I have 2d minus 7 equal to 6t. 6t. 4t plus 2t giving me 6t. Now I want to find t. So what should I do? Divide both sides by 6. So I have 2d minus 7 over 6 equal to 6t all over 6. Clearly this 6 is cancelling out that 6. So I have my t to be 2d minus 7 all over 6. Now you can let the t be on the left hand side or the t be on the right hand side. It is still correct. Okay, in this case we want to make x the subject. Clearly there's x here, there's also x over there. We have to use the distributive property to expand the left hand side. So we have rs minus rx equal to 2x plus r. Clearly I can see there's x here, there's x over there. Now when I bring this 2x here to be negative, there's negative over here. It is not good for us to work with negative. Let's rather make it positive. So we take it to the right hand side so that it becomes positive. So over here, I'd rather bring this r to the left hand side, and then I'll bring this rx to the right hand side. So clearly we have rs minus r equal to 2x plus rx. This is negative crossing becoming negative. It is best we do it that way. Now here you have rs minus r. Now 2x plus rx. We want to make x the subject. So what do? You factorize x out. So when you factorize x out, we have 2 plus r. Now I want to make x the subject. What do? Divide both sides by what is multiplying the x. So you have rs minus r all over 2 plus r, x2 plus r all over 2 plus r. Now this is cancelling out that. So we have our x to be equal to rs minus r all over 2 plus r. I can decide to let the x be on the left, that is on the right hand side, or on the left hand side. Let's see want to make x the subject. Now let's see there's x here, there's also x over there. We have to use the distributive property to expand. So this will give us ax plus ab equal to by minus x. Let's group like things. There's ax here. This is negative ax, so it's better I'll bring this to the left hand side. So I have ax plus x equal to by minus ab. Now xx, we have to factorize x out. Now when I factorize x out, what do I have here? I have a plus 1. X times 1 is x. And I have by minus ab. I want to make x the subject, so I divide by what is multiplying the x. So I have x a plus 1 all over a plus 1. by minus ab all over a plus 1. Now this is cancelling out that. So I have my x to be by minus ab all over a plus 1. Now in example 2, the first one we want to make t the subject. This is also of a linear form. Now let's see what is the first equation. That is v equal to u plus at. I want to make t the subject. We want to make t the subject. Clearly this u has to move to the left hand side, so we have v minus u equal to 80. I want to make t this. What is multiplying the t? A is multiplying it. So I have v minus u all over a over at all over a. Now this is cancelling out that. So we have t to be equal to v minus u all over a. Now let's see the second one. We have the second equation. We have k y minus k equal to y squared. We want to make k the subject. K is coming here, K is coming. So what do? We factorize K out. So that is K, y minus 1 equal to y squared. I want to find K. What is multiplying the K? Y minus 1. So I divide by the y minus 1 equal to y squared all over y minus 1. Clearly this is cancelling out that. So I have my K to be y squared all over y minus 1. Now let's see the third question, that is A, W minus P equal to B, P. We want to make P the subject. Clearly there's P here, there's P here. We have to apply the distributive property so that we can group like terms. So A times W, AW minus AP equal to BP, A times P, that is AP. We want to find P, we want to make P the subject. Let this AP move to this side. So we have AW to be equal to BP plus AP. Clearly, P is common here. We want to find P, so factorize P out. So that will be P out, B plus A, W. We want to make P the subject, so we divide by what is multiplying the P, which is B plus A. So we have AW all over B plus A equal to P, B plus A all over B plus A. Now this is cancelling out that. So we have AW equal to B plus A, which is equal to P. Now I can interchange the A and B if I want to write it in alphabetical order. So I can see that my P is AW all over A plus B. Now let's see the fourth question. We have D, vein minus 7 equal to E minus 5 vein. Now we want to make vein the subject. We want to make vein the subject. So we have to expand. So we have D vein minus D, that is D7, but then normally we bring the numeral first. So here becomes 7D equal to E minus 5 vein. Now there's vein here, there's vein here. It's better we bring this negative 5 vein to the left hand side so that it will be what? Positive. So we have D vein plus 5 vein equal to E plus 7D. This negative crossing becoming positive. Vein is common, so we have to factorize the vein. So we have vein D plus 5 equal to E plus 7D. We want to make vein the subject, so we divide by what is multiplying the vein, and that is D plus 5. So we have vein D plus 5 all over D plus 5, and this is equal to E plus 7D all over D plus 5. So D plus 5 comes now D plus 5. We have our vein to be equal to E plus 7D all over D plus 5. Now, let's see the last one. It says that we have X T minus A equal to X A plus T. We want to make T the subject. There's T here, there's T also over there. So what do? We group like terms. So we have xt minus t equal to xa plus a. This negative crossing becoming positive. Now xt, we can factorize t out. So you have t x minus 1 equal to here. We can rewrite it in the form ax plus a. We want to make t the subject. What is multiplying the t? X minus 1 is multiplying the t. So we divide by what is multiplying the t, which is x minus 1. So you have t x minus 1 all over x minus 1 equal to ax plus a. Now this is cancelling out that, and you know x minus 1. Whatever we do to the left hand side, we have to do the same thing to the right hand side. Now we have our t to be ax plus a all over x minus 1. Okay, we are done with our case 1. Now let's look at our case 2. Now that is fractional form, and if the formula is of the form that is a over b equal to c over d, what are we supposed to do? If you have something like this, you know this is one term, this is also another term. So from here, what do? You cross multiply. So you see that if a over b equal to c over d, then this is equal to, you cross multiply the a times d and then b times c. So you have ad equal to bc. Let's consider the following examples, which will make things quite easier for you. Okay, now the first one we have m plus n over m minus n equal to 3 over 4. We want to make m the subject. So we have m plus n all over m minus n equal to 3 over 4. From here, what do? We cross multiply. So we cross multiply, and this will give us 4 m plus n equal to 3 m minus n. Now we have to expand. So you have 4m plus 4n equal to 3m minus 3n. Now the first one, what do we want to make the subject? We want to make m the subject. So let's group like 10. This will come here, and then this has to go there. This positive crossing becoming what? Negative. So you have 4m minus 3m equal to negative 3n minus 4n. Now what is 4m minus 3n? This is giving us m. Now negative 3n minus 4n, this is giving us negative 7n. So in this case, we've made the m stand on its own, which is we've made m the subject. Now let's see the second one. The second one we have z, which is equal to 3y plus 2 all over y minus 1. We want to make y the subject. Now this z can be considered as z over 1, which is the same as what? Z. So from here, what do? We cross multiply. Cross multiply. So we have our z, we have y minus 1 equal to 3y plus 2. Now we have to expand. So we have zy minus z equal to 3y plus 2. Now z times y, z times 1, we have z. We have to group like things. We want to make y, there's y here, there's y there. You have to bring this 3y to the left hand side. So we have zy minus 3y equal to 2 plus z. So we factorize y out. So we have z minus 3 equal to 2 plus z. We want to make y the subject. What is multiplying the y? Z minus 3. Now this is cancelling out, so you have y to be 2 plus z all over z minus 3, which is very trivial. Now let's see the third question. We have vein is 1 over 3 pi r square h. Now this is the volume of a cone. This is a BEC past question. We want to make, that is h the subject. We want to make h the subject. Now what is the LCM? Here, this we can say that it is over 1. But here, the LCM is 3. So here, all this is over 3, and this one too is over 1. So we can cross multiply. So in this case, we can have 3v equal to pi r square h. We want to make h the subject. What is multiplying the h? Pi r square. So over here, 3v over pi r square. Pi r square h all over pi r square. This is cancelling on that. So we have our h to be equal to 3v all over pi r square. Now let's see the fourth question. We have x minus 2y all over xy equal to 3. We want to make, that is y the subject. We want to make y the subject. Now, this whole number can be considered as over 1. So we can cross multiply. And in this case, we have x times 1 times everything is the same as x minus 2y equal to 3xy, because the xy will go and multiply the 3. We want to make y the subject. It is better we take this negative y to this side. So we have x to be equal to 3xy plus 2y. Y here, we can factorize y out. So we have 3x plus 2. We have x. We want to make y the subject. We divide by what is multiplying the y. In this case, we have 3x plus 2 all over 3x plus 2x all over 3x plus 2. So this is cancelling out that. So we have our y to be x all over 3x plus 2. Now in this case, we want to make m the subject. So we can consider that h is a whole number. So we have h over 1. So we can cross multiply. So here we have hd, that is h multiplying this. We have m plus p equal to mt. What do? We have to expand. The m is in bracket. So you have hdm plus hdp equal to mt. I want to make m the subject. So I have to group like in this mt here, there's hdm also, so this has to come to this side. So we have hdp equal to mt minus hdm. Now I want to make m the subject, so I have to factorize m out. So I have hdp to be equal to m t minus hd. Now I want to make m the subject. What is dividing the m? T minus hd. So I have m t minus hd all over t minus hd, hdp all over t minus hd. This is cancelling out that. So I have my m to equal to hdp all over t minus hd. Now we have question number 6. And question number 6, we have m over m minus y plus 2 equal to r. We have y plus r minus 1. From here, what do? We cross multiply. So you have m, y plus r minus 1 equal to r, m minus y plus 2. In this case, we want to make y the subject. Want to make y the subject, so we have to expand, and we have my, m times y, my, m times r, mr minus m, that is m times 1 minus m, equal to r times m, rm, r times y minus ry plus 2r. Now we want to make y the subject, so we have to group like terms. Now this negative ry should come to the right hand side. So we have my plus ry equal to rm plus 2r. Now all these two is moving to that side. So we have minus mr plus m. This negative crossing becoming positive. Clearly this and that will go away. Now my plus ry, what is common? Y is common, we can factorize y out. So when I factorize y out, I have m plus r equal to 2r plus m. I want to make m the subject, so I have to divide. I want to make y the subject, I have to divide by what is multiplying them. So I have y m plus r all over m plus r equal to 2r plus m all over m plus r. This is cancelling out that, so I have y to be 2r plus m all over m plus r. Now let's see the 7th question. We have m all over n minus y equal to n over m plus y. Now what can we do over here? We can cross multiply. In this case, the question says that we should make y the subject. We should make y the subject. Now, clearly, when we cross multiply, we have m plus y equal to n minus y. Now, when we expand m times m, this is m squared. M times y, this is my, equal to n squared minus ny. Now, from here, what do? We group like terms. We want to make y the subject. Now, we have my here, we have ny there. So we have to let this one come to the right hand side. So we have my plus ny equal to, now this will give us n squared minus m squared. Now with this, what is common? Y is common. So factorize y out. Now n squared minus m squared, we have n squared minus m squared. Now what is dividing, what is multiplying y? M plus n. So I have to divide. equal to n squared minus m squared all over m plus n. This is cancelling out that. Clearly, we can leave our answer in this form. We can see that the top one is difference of two squares. So this becomes n minus m, n plus m. So you have our y to be equal, this is difference of two squares. So n minus m, n plus m, all over m plus n. Now, note that addition is commutative. So n plus m is the same as m plus n. In other words, we can say that 2 plus 3 is the same as 3 plus 2. So this and that are the same. Hence, our y is equal to n minus m. This is very easy, and you can only do it if you sit down and you practice. Mathematics is done by practicing, not by reading or watching. So after listening to the lecture, after watching the lecture, you have to sit down and practice. Remember, no pain, no gain. Mathematics is not a spectator sport. Go through and then you get everything correct. Thanks a lot for watching. Today, we'd like to continue our lessons on change of subject. We have considered when it is linear. We've also considered when it is fractional. And then the first form, that is if you have a over b equal to b over c, we say that you cross multiply. Today, we want to look at a different one, which is of the form if you have a over b equal to b over c plus e over f. How are we going to treat such a thing? Now, if you have this, that is if you have a over b equal to c over d plus e over f, all that you need to do is to multiply through with the LCM. And usually the LCM is the multiplication of the denominators. So clearly our LCM is, that is b, d, f. So we multiply through the LCM. So you have b, d, f times, that is a over b equal to b, d, f times c over d plus b, d, f times e over f. Clearly, this b is cancelling out that b, this d is cancelling out this d, f is cancelling out f. So we have a df equal to c bf plus b d e. And from here, we can make any variable we want to make the subject. Let's consider the following example, that it says that make the variable shown in brackets the subject of the formula in each case. The first one, we have t equal to 1 over p plus 1 over q. We want to make q the subject, and this is BEC 2004. Question number 1b. Let's carefully look at it. How do we solve this? With this, we have to look critically at the LCM. What is the LCM? P and q. So our LCM is the multiplication of the denominators. So clearly our LCM, that is PQ. So you multiply each term by the LCM. So the first one, PQ times T equal to PQ times 1 over P plus PQ times 1 over Q. What do we see? This Q is cancelling out that Q. This P is cancelling out this P. So from here, we can clearly see that you have PQT equal to, that is Q plus P. We want to make P the subject. We want to make Q the subject. Clearly there's Q here, there's also Q here. What do? We group like terms. So we have PQT minus Q equal to P. Now there's Q here, there's also Q here. What do? We factorize the Q out. So Q out, we have PT minus 1 equal to P. Now Q times 1, that is giving us what? Q. Q times PT, that is PQT. We want to make Q the subject. What is multiplying the Q? It is what is in this bracket, that is PT minus 1. So we divide both sides by what is multiplying the Q. So clearly we have Q, PT minus 1 all over PT minus 1 equal to P. Now this is cancelling out that. So you have, and the same thing, whatever you do to the left hand side, do the same thing to the right hand side, which is pt minus 1. So q is p over pt minus 1. That was the first question. Let's see the second question. That is 1 over a equal to b minus 1 over x. We want to make x the subject, and normally the LCM is the multiplication of the denominators. So clearly it becomes ax. So our LCM, that is ax. So we multiply each term by that. So the first one, ax, that is times 1 over a, equal to ax times b minus ax times 1 over x. Now this a is cancelling out that a. The x here is also cancelling out the x over there. Now after that we write out what is left. So clearly we have x equal to abx minus the x cancelled out the x minus a. Now we want to make x the subject. There's x here, there's also x here. So if I like, I can bring this x here, or I can take it over there wherever I want. Let me bring this one here. So I have x minus abx equal to negative a. Okay, clearly what can we see? X is common. So we factorize the common factor out. So clearly x is common. I have 1 minus a equal to negative a. What is multiplying the x? 1 minus a. So I divide by what is multiplying the x. So clearly I have x 1 minus a over 1 minus a equal to negative a all over 1 minus a. Now this will cancel that. So you have x to be equal to negative a all over 1 minus a. Now this a and a, we can't cancel it. If you do that, we call it illegal cancellation, because the negative a is not a factor of the 1 minus a, so you can't cancel it out. Now let's also look at the third question. And then the third question, we had 1 over u equals 1 over u minus 1 over v equal to 1 over f. We want to make u the subject. What is the LCM? The LCM is u v f. So our LCM, u v f. You multiply each term by it. So u v f times 1 over u. u v f times 1 over v. u v f times 1 over f. Now this is cancelling out that. The u is cancelling out the u. The f is also cancelling out the f. Clearly we have vf minus uf equal to u v. We want to make u the subject. There's u here, there's also u over there. Now, if I bring this u here, everything will be negative, negative. But it is better I'll make it positive. So it's better I take this one rather to this side. So this will give me vf equal to uv plus uf. Why plus? This is negative, crossing, becoming positive. Now, u is a common factor, so I have to factorize it out. And I have v plus f. I have vf. I want to make u the subject, so I have to divide through by what is multiplying the u, which is v plus f. So clearly I have vf over, that is v plus f equal to u, that is v plus f over v plus f. So v plus f is cancelling out v plus f. So you have our u to be vf all over v plus f. You can't cancel any of them. If you do that, it is illegal cancellation. Let's see question number 4. Question number 4, we have v plus 5 equal to k plus v all over 3. And we want to make v the subject. Clearly over here, what is the LCM? The LCM is 3. So you have to multiply through each term by the 3. So you have 3 times v, 3 times 5 equal to 3 times k plus 3 times v over 3. Clearly, this 3 and that 3 will cancel out. So you have 3v plus 15 equal to 3k plus v. We want to make v the subject. There's v here, there's also v over there. So you have to bring this v to the left hand side. So you have 3v minus v equal to 3k minus 15. This is positive 15, crossing becoming what? Negative 15. Now 3v minus v, that is 2v. And we have 3k minus 15. I want to make v the subject, so I have to divide both sides by what is multiplying the v, which is 2. So I have 2v over 2, 3k minus 15 all over 2. This cancelling out, so I have my v to be equal to 3k minus 15 all over 2. Let's consider our fifth question. Now, what is our fifth question? It is saying that we have x minus 1 all over a plus y over b equal to 1. Okay, what is the LCM? The LCM is AB. That's the multiplication of the denominators. Now we multiply each term by the LCM. So you have AB all times x minus 1 all over a plus AB y over b equal to AB times 1. Let's see, this a is cancelling out that a, this b is cancelling out this b. Now what do we have? We have b x minus 1 plus ay equal to ab. I want to make x the subject. So what do? I have to expand this by using the distributive property. So I have bx minus b plus ay equal to ab. From here, what do? I group like terms. I want to make x the subject. So negative b and ay should go to the right hand side. So I have bx equal to ab minus ay plus b. This positive crossing becoming negative. I want to make x the subject. So I divide by what is multiplying, which is b. So I have bx over b, ab minus ay plus b all over b. Now this is cancelling out that. So I have my x to be equal to ab minus ay plus b all over b. In this case, we want to make x the subject. There's x here, there's also x over there. We have to multiply through the LCM, which is 5. So that is, we have 5d x minus 7. 3 times 5 plus 5 times, that is x minus b all over 5. Now this 5 and that 5 will cancel out. So over here, what do you have? We have 5dx minus 35d. 5 times 7, that is 35, and then we add the d to it. Now 3, 5, that is 15, plus x minus b, because we have 1 here, 1 multiplied by it is the same thing. We want to make x the subject. There's x here, there's also x there. What do? We group like terms. We have 5 dx minus x equal to 15 minus b plus 35 d. Now there's x here, there's also x here. So I can factorize the x out because a common factor. I'll have 5d minus 1 equal to 15 minus b plus 35d. I want to make x the subject, so I divide through by what is multiplying it, which is 5d minus 1. So you have x, 5d minus 1 all over 5d minus 1 equal to 15 minus b plus 35d all over 5d minus 1. So 5d minus 1 is cancelled out 5d minus 1. So you have x to be equal to 15 minus b plus 35d all over 5d minus 1. And here we have been able to make x the subject. Let's see question number 7. Now, with the question number 7, you have 1 over 2, that is v plus ut equal to ut plus half at squared. Clearly, the LCM is 2, so I have to multiply each term by 2. So I have 2 times 1 over 2 v plus ut, 2 times ut, 2 times 1 over 2 at squared. Clearly this 2 will cancel that 2, this 2 will cancel this 2. Now we have v plus ut, so this t would multiply through, so we have vt plus ut equal to 2ut plus at squared. What is the question saying? The question is saying that we should make a the subject. We should make a the subject. So let's bring this to this side. So we have vt plus ut minus 2ut equal to at squared. Now, what can we see here? What is ut minus 2ut? So you have vt minus, that is ut minus 2ut, that is to give you ut. So equal to at squared. We want to make a the subject, so we divide through by what is multiplying, which is what? T squared. So we have vt minus ut all over t squared equal to at squared all over t squared, because we want to make a the subject. Clearly this t squared is cancelling out that t squared. Now we can factorize t out from the numerator. So we have t out, v minus u all over t squared equal to a. Now this is t squared, which is t times t. So this one t will cancel out the t down. So we have our a to be equal to v minus u all over t, because t squared is t times t, and one of the t will cancel the t over here. Now, our last one is the question number 8. Question number 8. You had m over v minus t over b equal to m minus t all over r. Now this is the last one, and what is the LCM? The LCM is the multiplication of the denominators. In this case, it is what? VBR. So we have VBR times m over v minus VBR, that is times t over b, equal to VBR times m minus t all over r. Now this v will cancel out that v, this b will cancel out this b, this r will cancel out that r. What do you have? BRM minus VRT equal to VBM minus t. Now the question says that we should make m the subject. Now there's m here, there's also m there. What do? We have to expand the certain group like terms. BRM minus VRT equal to VBM minus VBT. We have to group like terms. So we have BRM minus VBM equal to VRT minus VBT. There's m here, there's m here. It's a common factor, so we can factorize the m out. So you have m BR minus VB equal to VRT minus VBT. Now, what is multiplying the m? BR minus VB. So m BR minus VB all over BR minus VB equal to VRT minus VBT all over BR minus VB. So let's see, this is cancelling out that. So we have our m to be equal to VRT minus VBT all over BR minus VB. Now, our next lesson is substitution into formula. And then we are saying that given an expression, the process of replacing each variable by giving value of it is called substitution. Now let's consider this example, and this example, this is a past question, this is a past question, this is a past question. Let's see how you'll be able to answer this. Now you have p squared minus a minus b all over C. Now, what is P? What is P given to us? That is 7. So we have 7, but the P square minus, now A minus B. What is our A? Our A is 16 minus, but then our B is negative 5. A minus B. Our A is 16, our B is negative 5, but then there's negative here already. All over the C. What is the C? C is 3. Now, what is 7 square? 7 square means 7 times 7. And this is 49. Here, 60, we have negative times negative, which is what? Positive. So you have 16 plus 5 all over 3. Now, let's simplify the fraction. So you have 49 minus, now let's see, what is this? This will give us, that is 16 plus 5. We have 21 all over 3. Now, what is 21 over 3? 3 will go into 21, that is 7 times. So you have 49 minus 7, because 3 will go here 1, 3 will go here, that is 7 times. Now, what is 49 minus 7? And this is giving us 42. I think it is very easy, very trivial. Now, this is also a past question, BC past question. How do you simplify this? We have been given that m is negative 2, n is 3 over 4. We should find the value of I m squared into bracket n minus 1, and then n squared minus 3 over m. Now, let's consider the first one. We have m squared n minus 1. Now, what is m? M is negative 2. So we have negative 2 squared. N minus 1. What is n? That's 3 over 4 minus 1. Now, what is n squared? That is negative 2 times negative 2. We know negative times negative is positive. So clearly, this will give us 4. 3 over 4 minus 1. From here, what can I do? I can multiply through by using the distributive property. So this will be 4, that is 4 times 3 over 4 minus 4 times 1. Now this 4 is cancelling that out for us. We have 3 minus 4. Now we are taking a bigger value from a smaller value. And what is 3 minus 4? This is negative 1. Let's consider the second one. N squared. What is our n? That is 3 over 4. So that's 3 over 4. Remember, it is squared. Minus 3 all over the m. What is the m? M is negative 2. From here, what is 3 over 4 all squared? This is 3 over 4 times 3 over 4. Now this need to cancel this, making it positive. So you have 3 all over 2. What is 3 times 3? 3 times 3 is 9. What is 4 times 4? That is 16 plus 3 all over 2. From here, we can find the LCM. Now, what is the LCM? 16 and 2. The LCM is 16. How many times will 60 go into 16? 1 times 9. That is 9. Plus 2 go into 16. How many times? 8 times. 8 times 3. That is 24. Now, what is 9 plus 24? This is 33. All over 16. How many times will 16 go into 33? That is 2 times 1 out of 16. Now, that's what we are. We are given that pi is 3.14, j is 20. We should find the value of f in the relation f. So we have f equal to 3 pi j squared all over 4. We know the value of pi, we know the value of j. But this j is squared. So this is equal to, we expect this as 3 pi and then times j times j. Why? It is j squared all over 4. Now let's now substitute the values. You have 3. What is a pi? That's 3.14. What is our j? That is 20 times 20 all over 4. Now this will give us, you have 3 times 3.14. Now what is 20 times 20? That is 400 all over 4. What can we see? The 4 can go into 400. So 4 will go here 1. 4 will go into 400. That is 100 times. So we have 3 times 3.14 times 100. Now, it is not wise for us to multiply the 3 times the 3.14, but rather we can multiply the 100 by the 3.14 or 3.14 times the 100. Now, because it's 2 decimal places, when you multiply 2 by the 100, the point will go away and then the point will come to the end. So we are going to get 3 times 314. That is 3.14 times 100. Now, what is 3 times 314? And this will give us, when you multiply, you get 942. There's another example, BEC 2017, question 2C. Given that S is equal to n over 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1d, where a is 3, d is 4, and n is 10, we should find the value of S. Now, this is a formula for sum of an AP. When you get to SHS, you'll be introduced to it. Now, let's see, we know our S, which is n over 2, 2a, n minus 1, d. So looking at it, we have to substitute the values. S is equal to n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1, d, all bracket. We have a to be 3, d 4, and n 10. We should find the value of S. Now, what is the n? N is 10. So you have 10 over 2. What's the value of a? The value of a is 3, so 2 times 3. N is 10, so 10 minus 1. And then our d is 4. Now, 2 going to 1, 2 going to 10, that is 5. So you have 5. 2 times 3, you have 6. Now, what is 10 minus 1? That is 9, so you have 9 times 4. Now, we have 5 outside, 6. Now, 9 times 4, this is giving us 36. Board mass, bracket first. Now, what is 6 plus 36? This is giving us, that is 42. Now, what is 5 times 42? Looking at it clearly, that is 210. This is an easy question. Now, this BEC 2018, question 3b, should make R the subject of the relation y equal to x minus r over x plus r. Then from I, we should find the value of r when y is 3 and then x is 10. Now, we have y to be equal to x minus r all over x plus r. Now, we can consider the y also as over 1, which is the same as y. And this is of the form a over b equal to c over d. So what do? We cross multiply. So clearly you have y x plus r equal to x minus r. We cross multiply. Now we expand. We have y x plus y r equal to x minus r. We want to make r the subject. There's r here, there's r here, so it's better I'll bring this one here. So I have y r plus r equal to x minus y x. I want to make r the subject, so I have to factorize r out. So r, y plus 1 equal to x minus y x. Okay, so I want to make r the subject. What is multiplying the r? Y plus 1. R, y plus 1 all over y plus 1. And the same thing to be done to the left hand side. X minus yx all over y plus 1. Now this is cancelling out that. So you have r to be x minus yx all over y plus 1. Now let's see the second one. We want to find r. When y is 3, x is 10. But you know r to be x minus yx all over y plus 1. So you have to substitute the values. Now from here, what is x? X is 10 minus y, that is 3 times 10 all over y plus 1, that is 3 plus 1. Now you have 10 minus 30 all over 3 plus 1. 3 times 10, that is 30. Now, that is 10 minus 30. Bigger value from a smaller value. That would be negative 20. 3 plus 1, that is 4. How many times 4 will go into 20? That is 5 times. So our answer is negative 5. Okay, let's consider this past question. We have, this is BEC, that's 1996, question 1C. Now, if you're given F to be equal to V U all over V plus U. Now, our F is 20, U is 5. So let's see, F is 20, our U is 5. From here, this is same as 20, this is 5V all over V plus 5. We want to find the value of V. Now, this is also, this can be said to be over 1. So from here, what can we see? We can cross multiply. So 20 V plus 5. That this is going here, this will go there, equal to 5 V. Now, what is 20 times V? This will give us 20 V. What is 20 times 5? This is 100 equal to 5 V. We want to find the value of V. So we group like terms. We have 20V minus 5V equal to negative 100. I moved the 100 to the right hand side and then the 5V to the left hand side. Now what is 20 minus 5? That is 15V equal to negative 20. That is negative 100. I want to find V. So what should I do? I have to divide both sides by what is multiplying it, which is 15. So I have 15V over 15 equal to negative 100 over 15. Now this is cancelling out that. Now 5 will go here, that is 20. 5 will go into 15, that is 3. So you have negative 20 over 3. Now we can change this to mixed fraction. 3 will go into, that is 6 times. So you have negative 6 over 2 over 3. Now this 1997 question 3a, we have 2y minus 5x plus 10 equal to 0. Now the I says you find y when x is 2. So you have to substitute 2 in it. So you have 2y minus 5. Our x is 2. So where x is, we have 2. Now what is 5 times 2? That is negative 10. So plus 10 equal to 0. Clearly this and this is cancelling out. So you have 2y equal to 0. I want to find y, so I have to divide both sides by 2. Therefore y is equal to 0. Now let's see the second one. The second one is saying that we should find x when y is 5. Now you have 2y minus 5x plus 10 equal to 0. Now my y is 5. So let's see, 2 times 5 minus 5x plus 10 equals 0. Now this will give us 10 minus 5x plus 10 equals 0. 10 plus 10, that is 20 minus 5x equal to 0. Now I'll take the 5x to the right hand side. So 20 equal to 5x. I want to find x. What should I do? Divide both sides by 20 by 5. What is multiplying the x? Five will go into 20, that is 4 times. So we have our x to be equal to 4. Now this Bece 1999, question 2b. Find the value of the expression 2x minus 3y. So we have when x is 1 over 3y is negative 1 over 2. So 2x minus 3y. Now what is our x? That's 1 over 3, so 2 times 1 over 3. What is y? Negative 1 over 2. This becomes 2 over 3 plus 3 over 2. Now this is over 1, this is also 1. So numerator times numerator. That's 2, 1 times 3, that is 3. Now 3 times negative and negative positive, so that's what you have. From here, what is the LCM? LCM is 6. Today we'll go into 6, 2 times 2, that is 4. 2 go into 6, 3 times 3, that is 9. Now 4 plus 9, that is 13 over 6. Now, since we're going to take how many times? 2 times 1 out of 6. Now, we want to evaluate this. That is ax squared plus bx plus c all over mx plus c. Given that a is 2, x is negative 3, b is negative 2, and then c is 4, and then we have our m to be negative 1. So ax squared, what is our a? A is 2. Our x is negative 3. So ax squared plus bx. What is our b? Negative 2. What is our x? Our x is negative 3. Plus c. What is our c? 4. All over mx. What is our m? Negative 1. What is our x? Our x is negative 3. Plus c. Plus c. Our c is 4. Now, negative 3 squared means that negative 3 times negative 3, which is 9. 9 times, we have 2 times 9. Plus negative and negative positive, 2 times 3, 6. Plus 4. All over negative 1 times negative 3. That's positive 3. Plus 4. Looking at the numerator, 2 times 9 is 18. So we have 18 plus 10. That is 6 plus 4, 10. All over 3 plus 4, we have 7. 6 plus 4 is 10. Now, from here, what is 18 plus 10? That is 28. All over 7. How many times will 7 go into 28? That is 4 times. I want to evaluate 2x minus y over z plus z plus 2y all over x. If x is 2, y is negative 3, and z is 4. Now, we have to substitute the values. Now, what is x? Our x is 2. So we have 2x, that is 2 times 2. Minus y. What is y? Y is negative 3. So it should be in brackets all over z. What is z? Z is 4. Plus z. We have 4 plus 2. What is y? Y is negative 3. All over x. Our x is 2. So you make sure that you substitute the 2 over there. Now, this will be, what is 2 times 2? That is 4. Plus 3. All over 4. All over 4. Plus, now let's see, this we have 4, 2 times negative 3, that's negative 6, all over 2. From here, 4 plus 3, that is 7 over 4. 4 minus, that's negative 2, the negative 2, that's negative 2, so to cancel this, we have, that is negative 2 over 2. Now, from here, I wouldn't cancel out, I want to find the LCM. So LCM is 4. So the LCM is 4. How many times is 4 going to? 4, that is 1. 1 times 7, we have 7. 2 go into 4, that is 2 times 2 times 2. We have 4. And 7 minus 4, that is we have 3 all over 4. If p is negative 2, q is 3, we want to evaluate p minus 2q or p plus q. Minus q minus p, and then we have q plus p. Now what is p? Negative 2. So wherever you see p, that's negative 2 minus 2 times q. What is my q? My q is 3. Over p plus 2q. What is my p? P is negative 2 plus 2 times q. My q is 3. Minus q, which is 3, minus p. My p is negative 2, so I'll put it in bracket. All over q plus p. That is 3 plus negative 2. Now simplifying, this will be, that is negative 2 minus 2 times 3 is 6. All over negative 2 plus 6 minus, here becomes, that is 3 plus 2. All over 3 minus 2. Now this will give us negative 8. That's negative 2 minus 6. That's negative 8. Negative 2 plus 6. And this will give us 4. Minus, this will give us 5 all over 1. Now how many times will 4 go into 8? That is negative 2 minus 5. What is negative 2 minus 5? This is giving us negative 7. BEC 2016 question 2A. The cost, and then the cost is represented by P in Ghana cedis of producing N items is given by the formula that is P equal to 3 over 4N plus 1,800. The first one says you find the cost of producing 2,000 items. Now, what is the number of items? It says that N items. So the first one, we want to find, it says that the cost, we want to find P. When the N is 2,000. So this implies that my P, I have 3 over 4. But then the N is 2,000 plus 1,800. Now 4 will go into each of 1. 4 will go into 2,000. That is 500. Now what is 3 times 500? This will give us 1,500 plus 1,800. Now, what is 1,500 plus 1,800? This will be 3,300. And because it is currency, it should be 0.00. Now let's see the second one. The second one says that the number of items that will be produced with 2,400 cedis. So when the cost is 2,400 cedis, and then the cost is represented by P. So P, it is 2,400. What do you want to find? We want to find N. So you have to substitute. Now, so 2,400 equal to 3 over 4N plus 1,800. We want to find N. What should I do? Group like them, this and this. So I have 2,400 minus 1,800 equal to 3 over 4N. Now what is 2,400 minus 1,800? This will give us 600 equal to 3 over 4N. Now, what is here? This equation is of the form that is A over B equal to C over D. So this is over 1. We can cross multiply over here. So we have 600 times 4 equal to 3N. From here, I want to find N. So I can divide through by 3. So 600 times 4 all over 3 equal to 3N all over 3. Now this 3 will cancel out that 3. 3 will go here 1. 3 will go into 600. That is 200. Now what is 200 times 4? So the number of items will be 800. So that will be 800. Now let's see the last one. It says that, the last one says that, now third one, cost of when no items are produced. No items are produced means that the N is 0 because no items are produced. So it means that our N is 0. So if the third one, that is N equal to 0. So we have our P equal to 3 over 4 times 0 plus 1,800 because 3 over 4N. Clearly, this will give us 0 plus 1,800. And then the cost will be 1,800.